Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. Last part, we beat Chapter 4, found out what Peach and Bowser were up to, and in this part, we're not going to be doing a whole lot plot-wise. I mean, yeah, we're going to be reaching the 1,000-Year Door, finding out where the next crystal star is, talking to Franklin and all that, but other than that, there's really not going to be much progression. It's going to be mostly exploration and side quest stuff today, so if you're looking for plot, well, sorry, but I can't help you. Anyway, this email is pretty much just Peach saying, hey, they're trying to summon a demon. An ancient demon spirit. I do like how they, Vivian doesn't really know what's going on there, because, like, here's the thing is, Beldam and Marilyn were really the evil ones. Vivian, you know, she was kind of just bullied into doing stuff, so I like how she doesn't exactly know all the details of the plan, because I don't think Beldam would have told her. Anyway, if you go right over here, we can find the underground city. Yes, this is actually some of the remnants of the city from the intro, the one that was destroyed in the Cataclysm. If you go to that pillar's blocking the way, but that's where you found Dazzle and the fortune teller. So this is the same sort of central area. There's some things you can do here, some people you can talk to. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, I think. I like having another sort of hub town area underneath, especially since there's some hidden stuff around here that you can't find anywhere else. So I like that. Anyway, over here's a shop. Now, however, you're going to want to remember that this shop is here because you can buy both Ultra Shrooms and Jam and Jellies there. However, they're kind of expensive, so for the end game, when you want to get a lot of Jam and Jellies, you know where to buy them. Howdy! My name's Walkie, and I just know stuff. I may not look like much, but I know a thing or two, you better believe it. And who knows, the stuff I know might be stuff that could help you. So if you want to ask me a question, just speak up and ask away. So anyway, this is Wonky. If you pay him 5 coins, he'll tell you random stuff about the world. Is it necessary? Well, with the power of the internet, no. No, it's not. Huh, that building doesn't open. Huh. So yeah, Wonky, he's kind of pointless. I mean, some of the stuff he says is funny and actually kind of insightful if you didn't know it before, but there's the internet. He's pretty much obsolete right from the get-go. I mean, Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door was actually one of the first games that I looked up stuff online for. Because believe it or not, before this game, you know, I didn't really use the internet a whole lot. This is 2004. Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door was the game that helped me discover game FAQs. So, that's your interesting trivia about ExandShadow for the day. But yeah, by the time Paper Mario 2 came out, the internet, while not the giant half-dragon dire Teresque that it is today, was still a baby vampiric Teresque back then. So, it was still pretty big, and you could find out most of this stuff without having to buy a guide or anything. So, Wonky, pretty useless, but it's nice to have him there, especially since, you know, he sort of enforces sort of the seedy undertone where of Rogueport, where, you know, people will pretend to be nice, but really they just want to get paid, you know. But anyway, if you go down that pipe there, you'll go back to the Pit of 100 Trials, and then there's a star piece there that I forgot. But anyway, yeah, since I'm right about here, I figured I'm not quite done exploring and doing side quests, but I figure, hey, I might as well just stand on the pedestal now. I switched to Vivian mostly because I want her unique dialogue for the Frankly conversation. So anyway, yeah, let's see those shiny, shiny Nintendo GameCube graphics. You know, how's the paper floating anyway? You know, is the crystal star doing that? I'm not exactly sure. You know, Mario could just like hold the piece of paper. I wouldn't want my magical paper floating in the air like that, because with my luck, a random gust of wind would pass by, and then it would fly away into the next room and land in the sewer water, and then be covered in shit, and then we wouldn't be able to read it anymore. But anyway, yeah, looks like our next crystal star is in the middle of the ocean. Wonderful. The location of Crystal Star has been recording on our magical map. We'd better hurry, don't you think? We should go to the professor's office. We have to let him know about the princess's email. Yeah, I guess that's probably a good idea. So let's see what he says. It's probably what? Whoa, what? Called it. That was written in Princess Peach's email? The legendary treasure is actually the spirit of an ancient demon? And those fiends want to use the power of the crystal stars to resurrect it? How bone-chilling. Sadly, it does seem to be consistent with what I've uncovered. This is rather long, so you best listen well. Are you all ready? You there, in front of the TV. Yes, you listen up too. You two in front of your computers there. Don't you press pause on this YouTube video. No, you are not going to be pressing the cat video and the related options. You are going to be sitting here and listening to my plot exposition. It was also says that the 7 crystal stars were actually created by this monster, and that this thing used the power of the crystal stars to destroy the world. According to this book, the demon was defeated by 4 heroes, but only the beast's physical form was destroyed. Its spirit could not be eradicated. So the heroes used the crystal stars, and then cast the evil beast in the depths of a vast maze and sailed the exit. From this I gather that the crystal stars cannot distinguish good from evil. So if they're all united, they can either seal away or resurrect the demon. It seems that he who wields the crystal stars determines whether they're used for good or evil. It would be awful if we found them all and you had them stolen for evil purposes. Does anybody think it might just be better to destroy them once and for all? That was my first thought too, but further research suggests we can't do that. There's a slight possibility that the 1,000-year door is weakening. It seems that the crystal stars hold the possibility to be a plot MacGuffin. And unfortunately, this year may be the 1,000th year. Bad luck, huh? It's almost like this is a coincidence in some sort of video game or something. Oh, I guess we'd better find the rest of the crystal stars then, huh? Where do we start? According to the map, it appears somewhere on Keyhall Key. I'm not too familiar with the place, but I've heard countless unsavory rumors. You know, the usual stuff. Vengeful spirits full of hatred, evil curses, things like that. I'm sure the sea salt's down by the harbor no more. You should head there first. So yeah, if you want to know where you're supposed to go next, you should go down to the harbor. But if you're going to be like me and ignore the plot for now and do some exploration and side quests, well, now that we have Vivian, we're gonna find one of the most useful badges in the game. So, head down this pipe here. And remember that room with the spikes that we couldn't do anything in before? Well, now that we have Vivian, we can do something with them. So let's head in there now, shall we? Yes, this is a timing puzzle. Ow. If you step on the spikes while they're up, you'll take a point of damage. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use Vivian's hiding ability to hide just as the spikes are coming. Those were down. Yeah, the hit detection on the spikes is kind of bullshit. But you just gotta try to make it through the maze as fast as you can. I find that there's a pretty specific timing, like it's 1, 2, and then it's a pretty regular rhythm. So once you get the hang of it, you'll be fine. But you do have to go through the entire thing twice. Because because if you're trying to walk back now, when you get hit by the spikes again, you'll fly back to the treasure chest, which kind of sucks. But anyway, the badge we found is the Spike Shield badge, which allows us to jump on spiked enemies, which is going to be very useful. So anyway, yeah, let's go back to the surface, because I want to spend some of those the shine sprites that we got to upgrade Vivian. This is very worthwhile, and you're going to want to do it. When you upgrade Vivian, not only does she get an extra point of attack power, but she also gets one of her best abilities. I forget the... Fiery Jinx, that's the name. Basically, it attacks every enemy on screen, which, obviously, those type of attacks are very helpful, because those are very limited at this point. Like, the closest thing we really have from a partner in that regard is Koops' Power Shell, but that's only all ground enemies. Vivian's Fiery Jinx will attack everything, and give them a burn status, too. So, you're going to want to upgrade Vivian as soon as you can, because she's one of the best party members. Anyway, it's side quest time. This is the Trouble Center. This is pretty much your side quest a hub for the game. There are only 2 side quests from the Trouble Center that I'm going to be covering in this playthrough. But basically how this works is that you go to the board, and then there'll be a list of side quests you can do. You accept a side quest, and you accept the side quest, you can talk to the NPC who has the trouble. You fix the trouble, then you get your reward. However, you can't change your trouble. If you decide that you want to change your side quest, you gotta pay a little fee. But anyway, there are only 2 side quests that I really care about. One's from Zesty, who is the cook for this game, and the other is from question mark. So anyway, Zesty, she's the cranky old lady who made us buy the contact lens for her around chapter 3. And question mark, well, we'll be seeing more from him/her later. But Zesty wants a cookbook, and if you remember from chapter 4, we found a cookbook. So this side quest is pretty much already done. So yeah, we're gonna be wanting to do that. Anyway, yeah, let's go start that trouble. I love the troubles in this game. Not only do they first off, I like that it gives a lot of personality to each of the NPCs, because quite a lot of these NPCs have troubles that they could solve, you know. Like, a lot of the named NPCs, well, actually every NPC has a name, but a lot of the major NPCs have, troubles, and even some of the minor ones, and some of them are actually really touching. Like, one that comes to mind, right away is a, trouble where you have to rescue some kid's dad in the Pit of 100 Trials, and that's really touching. So anyway, I guess I should explain how the cooking system works in Paper Mario 2. Basically, you give an item to Zesty, and then if it's a compatible item, she will cook something from it. Like, for example, I'm giving her a honey syrup right now, and she's going to make it into a fresh juice. Yeah, fresh juice, which instead of just curing 5 FP, cures 5 FP in poison. But however, if you do if you do Zesty's trouble mission, and give her the cookbook, she gets the ability to cook 2 items at once, so you can pretty much combine items. For example, if you have a mushroom and a honey syrup, if you choose to cook them at the same time, you will get it's a honey shroom, which will allow you to heal 5 FP and 5 HP at the same time. There are pretty comprehensive cooking guides online if you want to look some stuff up, but I'll go over what recipes are useful when they come up. Again, since I'm not really big on items, I'm not really going to be using Zesty a whole lot. I mean, I appreciate having that sort of stuff, but yeah, I'm not going to be using Zesty a lot. The one item that you should always make whenever you have the chance is Ultra Jellies, I think is what they're called. Pretty much, it's a jam and jelly and an Ultra Shroom. If you use it, you regain 50 FP and 50 HP, which is pretty much a full heal unless if you grind like crazy. So yeah, I would make a lot of these, but they're kind of in the too good to use club, honestly. So I usually just save them for the final boss. So yeah. Now that we've completed that trouble, we're gonna be doing question marks trouble, because that's the only trouble that really matters when it comes to stuff you want to do for the main story. I'm not gonna be covering the Trouble Center, or at least not right now. Maybe in the distant future I will. But when it comes to doing the breaking up the main game for side quests, those are the only 2 that are really necessary. If you want to do the other ones, you can, and it's not really a problem, and it's a great way to spend some time and such. But you're not gonna wanna if you want to get through the game as fast as you possibly can. Even so, I'd still recommend doing those side quests. Anyway, there's Luigi, but we'll be hearing his story later. Anyway, we have to go on top of Zesty's house, which means that this is how you get there. So, who could our... interesting. Hi, Mr. Mustache Cutie. I'm the one with the trouble. I'm a pretty lucky girl to have a strapping fellow like you take all my trouble. Well, let me get right to it, okay? I've done all I can to find the one elusive badge, but I've failed at any turn. The badge is hidden in Hooktail's lair, that much I'm sure. I want you to check that room. I heard you defeated Hooktail, but nothing. I did hear rumors that to find this badge, one has to use the wind. I have no idea what that means, though. Anyway, look for it, sweetie. So anyway, next time, we'll be finding Mrs. Mouse's badge, moving on with the plot, and I'll probably cry. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.